WLToys dropping a brand new buggy at the end of the year. I mean, is it brand new? I know there's been a few comments that it's a parts bin special. So let's go see exactly what it's all about. So this is the 1840008. It says it will do 60 kilometers an hour plus. 4-wheel drive, brushless, oil shocks, metal diffs. It certainly sounds like your typical WLToys. Now, before we look at what you get in the box and before we take a closer look at this, everybody is going to tell me it's just the same as the A959. They've just rehashed it. Well, there's the A959 chassis. Take a good look at that. And then there's the chassis of this one. So it's got a different chassis. However, all the arms and the steering blocks and the shocks, they do look like they're all the same. But before you start getting too upset about that, this is a Traxxas Rustler that I bought in 2021. Take a look at the chassis, take a look at the arms and everything there. This is one of the very first Rustlers that came out in the early 90s. I'm sure it was early 90s. Take a good look at the chassis. Take a good look at all the arms and stuff. There is nothing wrong with using old parts. If anything, it's better because it means you've got more chance of finding stuff if you break it. So before you start complaining that it's, well, a part's been special, think back to when this came out. It was awesome and everyone loved it. A completely overpowered 18th scale buggy that at the time cost you like $50 or something like that. But that is the downside in 2023 because nothing's cheap anymore. Oh, that front diff is a little bit stiff. Might loosen up. Right, instructions. Wheel wrench to add to my collection. Battery charger, and that's to charge your little 1200 milliamp hour LiPo. And then these horrible controllers they've started bringing these things out with. They've added a thumb steer, which for me is just a little bit inconvenient being where it is. It's got a phone holder that I wouldn't trust putting my phone in. And it's just not as nice as their original ones. Steering trim, it's got throttle trim. That's more to control your speed. So you can slow it right down or you can speed it right up. This one actually feels a little bit rough. Anyway, now here's the little buggy or the little truck, whatever you want to call it. Fun, speed. Go speed, full of power. I don't know, I'm not a fan of this design anymore. Everyone's doing it, aren't they? But I need to get something new on these things. I prefer solid colours rather than all this fancy stuff, but it looks all right. A very familiar tread pattern there. Tyres don't feel that soft. No foams in there. Quite nice looking wheels. A big spoiler or wing. Plastic bumper. And then you'll see there is no body pins. That's right, it has got a quick release body. Well, quick-ish release. Be careful because there is lights underneath. See all these lights, look at them all. Look, WLToys love their lights. So you've got headlights, then you've got some little lights at the bottom here, and you've got some lights on the rear. They do love putting their lights on. And it's probably going to have indicators that are just going to look stupid. And then underneath here, we've got a 2-in-1 ESC and receiver. We've got a 3-wire servo there, and we've got a little brushless motor with heatsink. 5,000 kV. That's the most kV I think I've seen in one of these little WLToys. This thing's probably going to rip even on 2-cell. Not sure the electronics will run it on 3-cell. Obviously, stock out the box, it's 7.4 volts, so putting more volts through might break something. So nothing adjustable anymore. It is all sort of cheap, thin plastic links. Drive shafts are definitely bigger than the A959. I expect it's got bearings all round, metal diffs in there, and oil suspension that doesn't feel that great. I am going to take a guess that the rears have got no oil in at all, and the fronts may have a little bit in. So I'm going to take them shocks off, check for oil, and I think I'm going to put some thicker stuff in. Shouldn't have to do that on a ready to run, but no point taking it out if it's not got any oil in it. And at least they are oil shocks rather than friction ones. Like I've said loads of times, everything really should come with oil shocks. So I appreciate some people may be relatively new to the hobby and not know how to put oil in shocks. These ones are relatively simple. These aren't actually proper oil shocks. You can put oil in them and it will stay in, or it should stay in, but they haven't got a proper piston in there. Anyway, pull the spring down, take that bottom cap off, spring off, twist the top off, take the little diaphragm or bladder or whatever you want to call it, seal. It's just a normal screw head in there rather than an actual piston. You can feel that it's got O-rings in there though, or it's at least something that has a bit of resistance from something. Get some oil. I'm using quite thick stuff. Oil's relatively cheap. It's always worth getting a couple. 60 weight is quite heavy. Then just top it up, not right to the top. I'll show you in a minute. So I do it, so it's just, you can see it just under the lip there. Push that up and then back down. And it will just take that oil level down a bit more. Put the seal back on, screw the top on, spring, retainer on the bottom, and then done. So like I said, that is a pretty basic one. Building and tuning shocks is probably a whole video, but that is how you do it on this thing. And I mean, made a bit of difference. The reason the rear's softer, there's different springs on it. You can see there's more coils on them, so it feels a little bit looser. Nah, it's made a bit of difference. Transmitter on. Oh, we've got roof bar as well. Front lights, rear lights, hang on. Oh, yes! No turn signals. Not much throw on the steering, you can't adjust it either. And it's quite weak. Throttle trim all the way up. That has got a good bit of wheel speed. It feels really tight though. I mean, it rolls all right. It might be, might loosen up. It just sounds quite tight in there. Anyway, let's see how close we can get to that 60 kilometers an hour, and then let's go for a rip. Right then, let's see what this little thing can do. Oh, hard tyre compound. Might be a bit slippery. Although these things usually, once they're up to speed, they're not too bad. Whoa, that steering trim is way off. Come on then. So I've switched the speed, I've switched it to kilometres. Wow, curb. Oh my days. What was I saying? I've switched it to kilometres an hour from miles an hour on the GPS. It is very twitchy. Just so we can see how close it gets to that 60. Wow! Once it gets going, it's not too bad. It's just twitchy trying to get it going initially. Right then, how close did we get to the box speed? Dun dun dun! Oh, come on, man. I mean, 49 is not bad. That's 30 miles an hour, but it's not 60, is it? Or 60 plus. Let's give it one more go. Let's keep it going. Not a bad range on this transmitter. That's way up there. Oh, a little improvement. Well, at least we got a nice round number, I suppose. Could definitely do with a wheelie bar. So what's it going to be like on this sort of surface? I'm hoping it'll grip because I want to take it to a little, not a dirt track, it's like a little bike track, but it's quite small and narrow. So if it grips all right on this surface, we should be good. And it seems to be hooking up all right. Yeah, I think we'll be all right actually. 30 mile an hour on something this small, it's probably a little, well, nothing's too fast, is it? But you know what I mean. So it doesn't do the box speed, but certainly got enough poke. Go on. Oh. Well, we can't use the little bike track I wanted to use, so and the weather's going to be really bad tomorrow. So we've got my ramp, and because it's the holidays, it's pretty quiet here. We're going to do some 30 mile an hour launches. Oh! Wonder how far it'll go. Oh yeah! I wish it was quiet down here all the time. Get some of my faster stuff. Oh. Come on. Oh, no, it went into like a cutout. Come on. It's a fresh battery. Let's switch it off and on again. Full throttle. Yes. Oh. Hey, it's pretty tough. This is taking quite a beating. Oh, that's it. Spoke too soon. Well, we're still going. Well, it's pretty tough. This is pretty harsh for the poor little thing. No, not in the water. Oh, I think we'll call it quits there. Let's go and see what we've damaged. Oh, one more. Go on, one more. Oh. I don't know what it looks like on camera. It looks so good going into that blue sky. Oh, nice. That's my best landing yet. It's quietened it down. Oh, we'll go again. Oh no, we're done. Well, I think I can see the first problem. There seems to be something wrong at that point just there. Yes, we broke the diff housing. I wonder if that's all that's happened. We'll take the motor cover off and stuff and look at that, and hopefully it's just that. And we know how that happened, don't we? Yes. Oh, look at that sensible gearing from WLToys. Usually they put a massive pinion on and overgear stuff. Unfortunately though, that motor mount is non-adjustable, so that's the gearing you've got. All looks good, the rear diff feels good, so it must have just been this braking. Bearings, metal gears, not bad. Do you know what the best thing is? Look at the price of these, and you get 2 complete diff cases by the looks of it, so you can't really grumble at that. So it's not a bad little truck, it's pretty tough. Took a little bit of a beating, it's fast, you got the lights on it. However, the problem is, at the moment, we are inundated with small scale bashers. Literally got so many, I don't know where to put it. This is the cheapest out of the bunch. This is the Maverick Atom. Then it's that one, which is also brushless. Much better oil shock, well, just a much better truck. Then it's that. Oh no, it's not. Then it's that. Then it's that. Then it's that. So lining them up in price order, this fits about there. And that's a shame because it's right in the middle of probably 2 of the best ones you can get. So it's decent. I think it's just about maybe $20 or $30 too expensive, which is a shame really. Which one of these would you choose? Ooh. I would definitely choose that one. That's it for this video, and this is your last chance to get involved in the prize competition for all of this. One person could win all of that. Link in the description. It ends in a few days.